We have breaking news once again coming from the president where he is giving you and law enforcement advice on the judicious use of deadly force and how to use your gun. I have the audio that I'm going to play for you here in just a moment. Guys, you're going to... This is absolutely ridiculous. You do not want to do what the president states here. I'm going to play the clip and
policies
we're
to
going to
emphasize de-escalation. We have to retrain cops as to why should you always shoot with deadly force. The fact is, if you need to use your weapon, you don't have to do that. And look, to call a fresh approach
let's stop the tape. Listen, guys. We do not shoot to wound, all right? We do not shoot to wound. We do not give warning shots, as the president has suggested before to his wife, if you recall that statement that she should take her double-barrel shotgun, go on the balcony, and let 2 blasts outside to scare off the bad guy, all right? Both of which are terrible advice. I do not advise. Listen, guys, we are justified in the use of force against another if you or another person are in imminent and unavoidable danger of death or great bodily harm. That's it. Other than that, we don't do it. This applies to law enforcement, security, or civilians when it comes to the judicious use of deadly force. Now, I would encourage you to check out the sponsor of today's show, which is the USCCA, and you'll see I have this guide right here in front of me. It is for you, absolutely free. You can click on the link in the description, and it is the 6 things you didn't know would happen once the police arrive. It's a fantastic free download. You can get it right now. They help support this channel and as well as give you an idea of what's going to happen after a self-defense incident, guys. Jam-packed full of information to keep you safe for that aftermath. Now, moving on. The president is advising that law enforcement learns de-escalation, and I agree. All of us, whether civilian, security, law enforcement, we should always try to de-escalate a situation. If we can avoid it, if we can tone it down, if we can make it go away without having to use force, that's the right thing to do, right? We can all agree on that. However, we never shoot to wound. So we talk about this in my classes, and I'll ask the class, so what does that mean? If we shouldn't shoot to wound, does that mean we shoot to kill? Are you a killer? I don't think so. We're the good folks, all right? We don't shoot to kill, but we will shoot, and let's rephrase this, to stop a threat, all right? If somebody's going to cause you death or great bodily harm, would you shoot to stop that threat? The answer is yes. By the way, any legal weapon of opportunity, whether it be a knife or a firearm, a makeshift weapon, or what the law refers to as a club, we must be justified in the use of that deadly force, again, because you or another person were in immediate and inevitable danger of death or great bodily harm. We also have coming in a Senate panel okay's bill to let medical professionals with SWAT teams carry firearms. I think this is great. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about EMS carrying a firearm in a tactical situation. This happened in West Virginia. A bill, once again working its way through the state Senate, would allow specially trained medical professionals who accompany police SWAT teams on missions to carry out weapons to defend themselves. Listen, we all know the sooner EMS arrives in a red zone where people are bleeding out, such as a mass shooting, the sooner they are able to stop the bleed, more lives are saved, right? We're aware of this. I don't know about you, and I know that there's some opposition to this. Maybe there's some folks tuning in who are in the medical industry, specifically paramedic or EMS. How do you feel about personnel carrying? Because the Senate Health Committee approved SB 83 Thursday afternoon, just a few days ago, and has sent it to the full Senate. It would allow a tactical medical professional trained and certified in tactical combat casualty care and tactical emergency medical support to carry a firearm while on duty with a law enforcement team. The medical professional, EMTs, Physicians and physicians' assistants and nurses would have to be certified by Law Enforcement Professional Standards Subcommittee of the Governor's Committee on Crime, Delinquency, and Correction. So that would be the entity. The medical professional would be protected from civil and criminal liability while performing with law enforcement. So their liability, should something not quite go right or they make a mistake, their liability and criminal actions that would otherwise be levied against them, that would be exempt. The lead sponsor, Senator Tom Takabu, Republican, said that the bill originated last year from a physician who served with a SWAT team. And the idea behind it is that the medical professional doesn't want to be law enforcement, but wishes to have the means of self-protection when an incident goes bad. And they do go bad, guys. Listen, I understand that SWAT teams are highly trained, but we all know as professionals that everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And there are times when the whole thing goes wonky. So I think that the more good people in America, whether it be teachers, CEOs, janitors, EMS, doctors, security, civilians, and the list goes on and on. I believe the more good people that are carrying keeps our communities and the environment that we are in, those who are carrying, much safer. Because let's face it, the only thing that's going to stop a bad guy from doing a mass shooting is likely a good guy, whether it be you, the fellow concealed carry holder, or the copper, or the security guard. So I think it's a good thing. It is getting some opposition, of course, as they don't want the EMTs to become renegades. I don't know. I think that a person who chooses to put themselves in that situation, a highly volatile and dangerous situation, should have every means to rely on themselves for protection. Listen, guys, don't forget the link in this description. There is a 100% free guide available to you from my friends from the USCCA. The 6 things you didn't know would happen once the police arrive. And this is a jam-packed full guide just for you guys. Has a lot of great information about what happens after you use force. Click on the link in this post. Also, you'll see that I've been posting some other great content. Subscribe to the channel, review my other videos, comment and share. Let me know what some stuff that you would like me to talk about and create a dialogue with you on regarding our Second Amendment and the advocacy of it. I appreciate you. I love you. Search IPAC Instructor across all social media, and I'll be seeing you soon. Stay safe.